I feel like creativity is being killed off or left behind in a sense. Now, before you go sounding off in the comments about, well, look at TikTok and movies and stuff like that, let me explain myself. I feel like as things progress and we get further and further into digital marketing and seeing more and more ads every day, the creativity when creating ads will continue to dwindle more and more. Let me first say that I don't expect to find inspiration from ads or video ideas from ads or anything like that. I mean, I see ads like anything else. It's just filler content that companies create to get you to spend money on their products. You get that rush of dopamine when buying something new. Then after a few days, it kind of wears off and you're back to where you started. A little poorer, a little older, and a little wiser. Anyway, I was thinking about this one day after watching a YouTube video that had a Squarespace ad in it. One of those sponsored segments where they say how Squarespace has award-winning templates and 24/7 customer service. And it seems like for everybody's video that they sponsor, it's like they have a script that they have to read. But this isn't about singling out Squarespace, but it's more about sponsored posts that we see every day. I mean, look at this car commercial right here from Mercury from 1990. You have nice scenic views and people on vacation and a couple in love, and they're talking about people being relaxed while driving like when you're on vacation. And then you have commercials today. Then they have celebrities that are forcing out these lines that are trying to make it seem like they're interested in the car or whatever the product is, but you could tell it's just not meant for them. Like, why is Loki in this Hyundai commercial? When you think of Loki, you think of this mythical god. So why would he need a car? And on top of that, why would he need a Hyundai? Why is Wanda in the commercial? She can move things with her mind, probably herself. Why is Captain America in the commercial? He's Captain America. It just doesn't make sense to me. One person that actually fits into the car commercials that they're in is Matthew McConaughey. Maybe it's because he's such a good actor that it seems like he fits in every commercial that he's in. And, maybe that's just how good their commercials are. But I almost feel like he's the kind of guy to drive a Lincoln. Like, he just fits in the car commercial so well. But then again, maybe it's because their marketing team did their work and they said, Matthew McConaughey looks like the kind of guy that would drive a Lincoln. And he fits the setting, so let's get him instead of Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Cruise to sit in this Lincoln. So whoever's in charge of casting did a very good job on that commercial. I will say though, that I think TikTok and Instagram Reels and short form video is good because with our ever dwindling attention spans, videos that are 15 to 30 seconds will definitely retain the viewer's attention versus a 1-minute commercial. I think one good thing about Instagram Reels and TikTok is that people's creative boundaries are being pushed. You have people using everyday household items to take pictures like this and making videos like this. You have people using selfie sticks to get their phones high up in the air to mimic a drone shot, or taping phones to the wheels of cars to get those rotating shots, or using fishing rope to add those little flares in videos and stuff like that. Like, that's sick. I mean, on the other end of the spectrum, look at things like magazines. There's Vogue, and then what's that other one? Like People magazine or something like that. It's been the same thing for like 100 years. It's some celebrity either sitting or standing or doing something on a set that's been doctored to perfection. They've been heavily edited in Photoshop to take out all their wrinkles, all their acne, all their blemishes to make this person look perfect or whatever people should strive to be. And that hasn't changed in how long? It's been literally the same thing every year or every month or however often those things come out. Side note, you think clickbait is bad now? Like, when you see people with their surprise face and their thumbnails and all the red arrows and stuff like that. Like, I swear magazines were the origin of clickbait. Every time you look at one, it's talking about somebody's secret wedding or their birthday party and, guess which celebrity wasn't invited and all that shit. Like, I swear I remember seeing them as a kid and I would always go to the page to see what spicy news I could read, but then I quickly realized that it was just all a finesse and I got clickbaited in real life or paper baited or flip baited. Either way, it was bullshit. When I see a sponsored Instagram post and it's just somebody holding up a mouse because Logitech sent it to them, I'm just like, man, what a missed opportunity. And you might say, well, the company just sent them something to take a picture of and post. They have no obligation to create a huge out of this world video or do a huge photo shoot for the product. And I'd say you're right. But then I think like, imagine if everybody did that, which is what it's slowly coming to, no creativity would happen, no boundaries would get pushed, no progress would be made. If people didn't start uploading great videos to Instagram when it first came out, everybody would have just posted pictures of their food or their outfits, and the bar would have never been raised. Wasn't it Henry Ford that said people wanted a faster horse or something like that, so he invented cars? It was something along those lines. You know, that's why progress was made, because somebody pushed the boundary of what they thought was right. But on the other end of the spectrum, I will say that with the explosion of TikTok and Reels and stuff like that, people's creativity has become unreal, no pun intended. Companies are seeing people making sick videos with just their phone, and now they're like, hold on, like, instead of making commercials to put on TV or hiring these big crews, or you have to pay all these people to make the commercial happen, why don't we just pay these people on TikTok and to, you know, make a short video and pay them less than what they were gonna pay the big production company? The TikTok person will probably charge less, the turnaround for the project will more than likely be faster, and the amount of attention or exposure it gets will probably be higher. Sure, the production will be a little less professional, and whether or not people will like it will be subjective, but I think we'll start to see more and more people on TikTok get contacted by companies to make vertical commercials for them with minimal gear and equipment compared to big production crews. It's like, who would I rather pick? A big crew that has to pay salaries and pay for new equipment, or some guy with his phone that can just make a video for me in a day? And on top of all that, it's gonna get the same exposure. So it's basically a no-brainer. We're already seeing companies like Mercedes-Benz advertising on TikTok and, you know, stuff like that already. Really and truly, I think it's just a sign of things to come. I think what I'm trying to say is that big companies are getting less and less creative, which is subjective, you know, just in my opinion. And it's the little guys on TikTok and Instagram that are putting out the most creative things and pushing the envelope with marketing videos and sponsored videos and stuff like that. I think it's just up to the community to look at these people's videos or look at these people's work and say, you know, this is actually good. We should support this person. So then big companies start taking note, and then they're gonna ask themselves, why are they paying these big marketing companies all these ridiculous prices to make them a video that's marginally better production-wise, that's gonna get the same exposure and engagement for 2 to 3 times more money? And before anybody gets triggered and leaves some snarky comment, I'm not attacking these Instagram influencers. I just think that we could all put in a little more effort into sponsored posts instead of just taking a picture, you know, next to it, smiling, you know, for your followers to see. Because if we're being honest, you more than likely only have that brand deal because of your followers, and they follow you for a reason. Whether that was because they liked your content or they liked you as a person. So don't just put up these low effort posts for them to see. That's how people get bored. You keep putting out the same stuff. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't watch these videos. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. You know, more often than not, it'll just make them want to unfollow you because it's the same post every time, just from a different company. Bring value to your audience, no matter how big the numbers get. Speaking of value, I hope this video brought you some. And as always, thanks for watching.